Hey, Steve Zook here. Welcome back to Polkzoo channel. Hey, I'm talking about 1-6-2-5s, and I was trying to give some examples right now in the key of C. To be real damn honest about it, it's so difficult for me to keep my mind in one place, and that's the whole point. Not because I'm lacking focus, but because when you learn the 10 systems of improvisation, your musical mind just hears so many different things, and they don't fit into a nice, neat little box. They don't fit into a nice, neat little formula. Even John McLaughlin said any chord can follow any chord. I mean, it's good to learn the theory, it's good to learn it, but I think that's the most powerful thing about my guitar ladder system is I bypass a lot of intellectual bullshit. You're going to learn naturally about the 10 systems of improvisation without a bunch of stuff to get in your way. And at some point, as your mind begins to absorb this, you just have to let go and play what you're going to play. You can still, apply this knowledge to standards or your own compositions in whatever style, but it's really an amazing process to go through. But like I was talking about 1-6-2-5s a little bit, right? C, the 6 chord, minor 7, the 2 chord, D minor 7 to the 5 chord, G7. And then I started improvising a little bit off that, like using a 9-6. You could use a major 13 chord. That's a major 13. I like to go to 7 sharp 5 sharp 9 from that. Major 13 flat 5, minor 9, major 13 flat 5 again, 13 flat 9, back to the C, major 9-6. I was doing another example earlier when the whole idea is breaking rules. The whole idea is learning as much about music as you can and forget all this shit and just play like Miles Davis. And like I said, that's why it's really difficult for me to stick to one. Like if I just want to talk about 1-6-2-5s, there's so many things I want to take off and be creative and add this and add that. And that's important. And I cover all this in the guitar ladder system, and I definitely give you structure. But the whole point is I teach you how to think outside the box, or better yet, I teach you how to not think and just play from your subconscious mind. It's heavy, man, I'm telling you. You can listen to some of my compositions. Go to stevezookguitars.com and hit the guitar ladder page. I've got some of my compositions. This process works. The guitar ladder can bring out the composer in you, and it's not bullshit. So you could, like in the key of G, you could do a high tension major 7 chord like this. There's high tension chords and low tension chords. Low tension chord is like this, right? That's obviously low tension. High tension chord like this. Okay, second inversion. So resolve that. So you learn to resolve the high tension chords but make a nice ending, huh? And it's like the high tension chords are kind of like going downhill. A high tension chord demands resolution and kind of pulls you into a direction, okay? So it's a really interesting thing, but like you could do a 1-6-2-5 like this. I know I'm adding subs and being creative, but this chord here has many common things to, like if I'm doing it, it's just in G, and I just do this, right? E minor, like that. Well, this particular form here has a lot of common things. I don't want to get into an intellectual rap because, to be quite honest about it, it almost hurts my head to get into that. And that's the whole beauty of it. And I know this is difficult for some of you to understand, but music is a general art. Music is, like even Pat Metheny said, all the interesting stuff comes from your subconscious mind. If you really want to be a better musician, you got to learn not to think so much. And sure, you have to, and I've had this conversation with Alan Holdsworth and many other great musicians, you have to have the disciplined effort to have the unconscious release, and that's what the guitar ladder system is about. Is you learn all these chord cycles and all these studies, and you naturally, very simplistically, learn the 10 systems of improvisation. You learn about smooth voice leading, and all of a sudden you'll just start noodling all up and down your neck. You're gonna just discover how to use contrary motion and all these tools. But anyway, so with things like 1625 and whatnot, you know, you work on those formulas, but then it's really important to let yourself go and just experiment. You know, like if you say you're doing the one chord, and the point I'm trying to make is don't always think about this kind of stuff. You can practice that way and think about it, but there's a point when you have to forget all that shit. Just like Miles Davis said, learn as much about music as you can and forget all the shit and just play. It's really important. Because your subconscious mind, once you learn enough stuff, it's just going to be like a little kid in a candy store going, let's have some fun. That's where the guitar ladder system is so powerful. It will really take you further than you ever imagined you could be as an artist, a musician. I have friends that have done my guitar ladder course, friends that were beginners that now are unbelievable players in like a year and a half. I've had friends that are already great musicians do my course that are now even told me, Steve, it's made me a better musician, no doubt. So like with 1625s and things like that, you know, they'll only take you so far. At some point you have to just let go of the formulas. I know it's a paradox. You work them and then you don't work them. You know, you work it with structure and then you just let go and see where you want to go. Maybe you're doing 1625 like this, you know, and then you go somewhere else. And that's the whole point, okay? You work with structure, then you just let go and see what your ear can hear. But here I'm going to an inversion, okay? Sub 13 flat 9. So I'm going to stop right there so these download, but just to reiterate my point, the guitar ladder system will give you that knowledge you need in a very simplistic form to educate your musical mind so that you'll be able to just, you know, let go and play and create. And sure, there's nothing wrong with structure, but usually like some of the best compositions I've written have been where I just noodle around and improvise. Even Eric Johnson has said this. You know, you improvise and you mess around with certain ideas and then eventually your subconscious mind kind of pieces it all together. But you've got to have, it's like a computer, you've got to input that information into your subconscious mind first. And if you just do it with a bunch of really strict numbers and theories and things, it's not going to be as effective. The guitar ladder system teaches the subconscious mind in kind of a gentle way. I teach the 10 systems of improvisation in a way to where your subconscious mind can absorb it, and boy, does it work. I'm not kidding, folks. It really works. You can order it at stevezookguitars.com right on the homepage. All right, take care.